Black Panther Wakanda Forever came out recently and also established the ending of the fourth phase of the MCU. Wakanda Forever is a great film with plenty of unique characters, ranging from grad students to kings and everything in between. However, not everyone can be as powerful as the avatars of gods or the leader of a country. But let's take a look to see how everyone stacks up when it comes to true power. I'm Caleb with Wicked Binge, and this is Black Panther and Wakanda Forever Week 2 Powerful. Major spoilers ahead. As usual, we'll be starting with the weakest characters in these films and working our way up to the most powerful. At the bottom of this list is none other than Everett Ross. Ross was a high-ranking CIA agent who appeared in both the original film and Wakanda Forever. His appearances mostly came down to him helping T'Challa and later Shuri with their many quests throughout the films. However, despite landing in our weakest spot, he's not one to be messed with. He's a skilled marksman, able to pilot almost anything, and proved to be instrumental in saving the life of Riri and all of Wakanda. Ross sort of gets the short end of the stick because his strength is information, and with the fact that Ross is no longer a member of the CIA, this makes his one strength less palpable.
You and me can work something out.
However, he seems pretty healthy, especially for his age, and was military trained, to some degree, so it's not like he's really all that weak. However, grabbing the next spot on our list is Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. Valentina is the director of the CIA, and as such, a woman with a lot of governmental power at her fingertips. She's intelligent enough to bug Shuri's Kimoyo beads so that she could keep an eye on both Ross and the Wakandans. Sure, she doesn't seem to be the strongest when it comes to field ops. In fact, in her appearances, she doesn't seem to be the one to fight, and if she does, it's very rare. What really sets her over the edge of being quite strong is instead her status, manipulative skills, and intelligence. Due to being a high-ranking government official, she is able to use this status to her advantage, as she is currently trying to form a Thunderbolts team. Valentina is also able to manipulate those around her in such a way that she is able to convince them of doing illegal things. Valentina is strong because of her mind and her status, but in a knockdown drag-out fight, she loses 9 times out of 10, and as such, cannot rank any higher. Jumping from America to Wakanda, we have Queen Ramonda. Ramonda was the Queen of Wakanda, and that came with substantial power, which she wielded to great effect. Ramonda used this to show the world that Wakanda is not to be messed with, as she commands the Dora Milaje to effectively capture the French mercenaries. Ramonda knows how to use her army and her people effectively, and is able to broker peace for the most part.
We will not leave Wakanda.
However, Ramonda is quite emotional. She made bad decisions with the firing of Okoye and didn't think through the consequences of all of her decisions. However, the grief she experiences sort of explains this. Now, the main reason she doesn't rank higher is because all of her power comes from her status, and that's it. Sure, the What If show made it clear that Ramonda was once a member of the Dora Milaje. However, this doesn't seem to be the case in the official universe to the best of our knowledge, hence her ranking. Ranking next on our list is the Jabari warrior, M'Baku. M'Baku is the elder of the Jabari tribe, a tribe of the Wakandans who worship the monkey god Hanuman. And whilst antagonistic in the first film, he proves to be a powerful ally in the second one. M'Baku is intensely strong, almost on par with a depowered T'Challa in the first film, and able to survive attacks from Namor in the second. M'Baku is capable of attacks that can break bones and destroy foes, and he was even quite quick on his feet.
I make the pronouncements here, girl.
He also seems to be quite intelligent and knows when to back out of a fight if he knows he will not win. M'Baku, however, is the weakest combatant on this list, as he utilizes more ancient weaponry and techniques, and his armor was broken in a single punch at one point. M'Baku is still quite a threat, but in a world of destructive robots, super soldiers, and tech geniuses, he's quite low on our list. From the Jabari tribe to the River tribe, we have Nakia next on our list. Nakia is a warrior and a spy, along with T'Challa's girlfriend prior to his death. Nakia's main ability is her amazing spy abilities, able to blend in any place that she could, knowing many languages including Spanish and the ancient Mayan of Talokanil. However, what really sets her above and beyond is the skills she has in combat. Her main weapons are a pair of chakram-like ring weapons that she uses with great effect, able to handle groups of foes with ease.
Wakanda Forever!
She is even quite stealthy, able to sneak up on members of the Talokanil army with little notice. Nakia also seems to be quite skilled in diplomacy and other such useful items. In fact, Nakia is intelligent, skilled, and able to handle everything thrown her way, hence why she ranks here. The first member of the Talokanil to land on our list is Attuma. Attuma is one of the two high-ranking generals that work alongside Namor. Attuma is a strong warrior, and at first he is capable of defeating Okoye with little to no problems. Attuma is amongst the other Talokans when it comes to their abilities and weaknesses. He has increased strength, durability, and speed, capable of defeating powerful foes in moments and taking on armies of Wakandans with relative ease. However, he does have one major weakness: his reliance on water. Both to breathe and assumedly for strength means he would be very unlikely to survive a fight anywhere outside of where we see in the film. Attuma is a massive threat to be sure. However, he can't rank any higher because he is simply outclassed. In a very similar vein, we have Namora ranking next. Namora is the other Talokan general who works alongside Namor in his fight against the surface world. Namora, like Attuma, has enhanced abilities, ranging from the strength to destroy the vibranium sonic device on the sea leopard to the superhuman speed in water. She has good enough reflexes to deflect bullets with her spear and can regenerate at near superhuman speeds. In fact, she even has unique abilities that make her an even more poignant threat, such as her ability to climb up pretty much any surface with relative ease, and she also has the ability to hypnotize people with a siren song. This siren song seems to only have the singular use of causing mass suicides. However, if it can be used for other purposes, it would make her even more powerful. Namora does have the same weakness as Attuma, which is the reliance on water. However, she ranks above Attuma simply because she seems more agile and more varied in her abilities. Coming up next on our list is the newly formed hero, Riri Williams, or Ironheart. Riri is the MIT student who Shuri and Okoye have to save early on in the film. She is a genius, able to create things no one thought was possible, like the vibranium detector. She also seems to create things quite fast and with little problems, as she creates her second Ironheart suit in a matter of days. She knows how to utilize her environment and its tools to the best of her advantage. Riri created her first Ironheart suit in a garage with scrap and car parts, and it was capable of high atmosphere flight and high speed. Her second suit can fire repulsor beams, sonic cannons, and fly at intense speeds, and shows that she is a massively smart person capable of intensely unique and interesting items. Riri does lack any hand-to-hand combat skills, which does not bode the greatest for her, but her intelligence allows her to override any sort of disadvantage from being a human or unskilled. Ranking next on our list is none other than General Okoye. Okoye was the general of the Wakandan Special Forces known as the Dora Milaje. Okoye is a woman who cares very deeply for tradition, using only the ancient and well-tested weapons and armor of her ancestors. Okoye is highly skilled in the weaponry of her people and is shown to be a highly skilled leader because of this.
I am loyal to the throne.
Okoye does get removed from the Dora Milaje and becomes a civilian, which does limit her access to her weapons and armor. However, after the death of Ramonda, Shyr remedies this. Shyr creates the Midnight Angel armor for Okoye and Aneka, which is made of hefty vibranium and capable of withstanding strong blows like it was nothing. It also increases the user's strength, speed, and durability, able to withstand blows from the Talokan warriors with ease. It also uses thrusters, which allowed for flight that was actually quite high speed, all things considered. Okoye is amazingly skilled, but she is outclassed by everyone else on this list by far. From one Dora Milaje member to another, up next is combat instructor Aneka. Aneka is a skilled warrior capable of instructing the other Dora Milaje in how to fight and train correctly. She has access to all the items, weapons, and armor of the Dora Milaje. However, she is also capable of accepting new advancements in technology and weaponry that Shyr produces, like the shock daggers that she uses to great effect early on in the film. Aneka also has access to the aforementioned Midnight Angel armor that she gets later on in the film. This gives her all the abilities we mentioned with Okoye, but with the fact she's more than capable of accepting change quicker than Okoye, which means she's more accepting of different tactics. This means that Aneka very slightly outranks Okoye, but one could argue for a switch of those places. Coming next on our list is the main villain of the first film, Njadaka, aka Eric Killmonger Stevens. Eric was a Navy SEAL who was nicknamed Killmonger due to his impressive body count and amazing skills. In fact, he's said to be a master marksman, master tactician, and master assassin, having killed hundreds of soldiers in his time. He was capable of defeating T'Challa whilst both were depowered, which shows he's actually quite a threat.
Just so I could kill you.
He's even capable of manipulating people with the way he speaks and carries himself. After ingesting the heart-shaped herb and getting his new Panther habit, he grows even stronger. He has highly increased strength, speed, and durability, capable of withstanding blows from other superpowered individuals. His Panther habit allows him to stock up kinetic energy and blast it out in a variety of ways, as well as giving him a set of vibranium claws that are capable of tearing through other vibranium with relative ease. He puts up quite a fight against T'Challa whilst both are powered up, but all in all, he can't go any further on our list. Bagging the Bronze Medal of Power is the iconic T'Challa, or Black Panther. T'Challa was the king of Wakanda prior to his death, and he earned that position through his power. He's a master tactician, master martial artist, and even a master marksman, able to hit targets with perfect accuracy while free-falling from massive heights. Even without the heart-shaped herb, he was able to outclass M'Baku, who is known for his brute strength. He's an expert in fighting with most weapons, but especially in his dagger and the capabilities of his suit.
And as you can see, I am not dead!
Much like we mentioned with Killmonger, the heart-shaped herb and Panther habit dial his skills up to 11. He was capable of sending people flying with his strikes and stop a rampaging rhino by himself. He was also extremely durable, able to survive a fall from the waterfall and subsequently survive in the extreme cold of the Jabari Mountains. He was capable of keeping up with super soldiers in his prime, and with the kinetic absorption and claws gifted to him by his suit, he was capable of handling even some of Thanos' strongest warriors. T'Challa also canonically defeats Killmonger and is said to have introduced Shuri to the tech she would later specialize in. He definitely deserves his spot here, but he's outclassed a little bit. Snatching the Silver Medal of Strength is none other than Namor himself. Namor is the main antagonist of the second film, Wakanda Forever, and he proves to be quite a threat because of it. Namor was the first person born in Talokan underwater after the use of the mystical vibranium raid. This led to him becoming the first mutant, having wings on his ankles and pointed ears, but also gave him incredible strength and very slow aging. This led to him being revered as a god and referred to as Kukulkan. Namor has intense strength, speed, and durability. A single punch from him was capable of breaking armor and sending M'Baku flying, and he was capable of keeping up with a helicopter whilst in flight. He wields a spear made of vibranium that is capable of piercing through Shuri's panther habit and nearly break through highly dense glass. He also uses the water grenades, which explode in a flood of water that can break glass and flood streets. Namor is very, very strong. However, his major weakness, being dehydrated, does stop him from taking our top spot. Grabbing our gold medal of power is none other than Shuri, aka Black Panther. Shuri, now known as the Black Panther and previously known as the most gifted in Wakanda, was the Princess of Wakanda. She takes our top spot because of the pure amount of unique abilities and items she has that makes her just a bit stronger than Namor. Firstly, she is extremely intelligent, capable of synthesizing a heart-shaped herb, create tools and weapons capable of decimating even the strongest of armies, and creating the amazing panther habits that T'Challa, Killmonger, and herself wear.
Why do you have your toes out in my lap?
Shuri is in the top 5 smartest beings in the MCU, seemingly even smarter than Bruce Banner at times, as she was capable of coming up with a way to remove the Soul Stone from Vision harmlessly. However, in a real fight, she's still a great threat thanks to not only her genius in creating her sonic cannons and other weapons, but also because of the heart-shaped herb. The increased strength, speed, and durability she gains from the herb make her a substantial threat, capable of keeping up with Namor for the most part. Shuri was also the one who utilized the info she gained about Namor's hydration against him, where she was capable of defeating him handily. Shuri's intelligence and strength are unmatched in this film, hence her great ranking. But let us know in the comment section if you agree with our ranking, and tell us what we should cover next. Remember to hit that notification bell and binge our other videos. But most importantly, stay wicked.